What it do? What it do? Welcome to What That Being Said show, a hip-hop show where you get points for your hot takes. I am your host, Bougie Brother Sean. Today I got my two solid partners. I got Andre 4K and I got Chris Dolph. Without further ado, let's go ahead and knock this show out with question number 1. Now, we are talking about Young Dolph. If you haven't heard, Young Dolph just announced his retirement, saying that he needs to spend a little more time with his kids and less in the rap game. So, my question is to you, 4K. Now that Young Dolph says he's done with the rap game, where does he rank in Memphis hip-hop artists? Where does he rank in, say, top 10?
He don't rank at all for me.
Ooh.
And I grew up, I like Memphis hip hop. You know what I'm saying? From Player Fly, we talk about Kingpin, Skinny Pimp, we talk about 8 Ball MJG, we talk about everybody that was at 3-6 Mafia. So if you say DJ Paul, Juicy J, Crunchy Black, Gangsta Boo, Project Pat, that's top 5 right there. We add 8 Ball MJG, that's top 7. If we add Player Fly, that's 8. He doesn't land into the top 10. You know what I'm saying? I think Moneybagg Yo's better. I think Yo Gotti's better. So yeah, he's not in my top 10 as far as Memphis rappers go. But I think it was wise for him, man. He's been in a lot, man. Been shot, a couple times. So I think that he's thinking of the safety of his family. He's thinking of the safety of himself, and he's prolonging his life when he's doing this, man. Just for whatever energy that was around him, man, that was keeping him down like that. But I think he's making the best decision for himself. But he doesn't rank for me personally. Just because it's a lot going on in Memphis right now.
Okay, I definitely agree with that. What about you, Chris Dolph? Where's the lane, or do you feel like Young Dolph is in the top 10 for Memphis artists?
I think Young Dolph did his thing for the time that he's been in the game, but as far as top 10 goes, he had a lot more work to do to try to work his way into there. My competitor said it best. He mentioned the artist that I was thinking off the top of my head, except for he disrespectfully put 8 Ball MJG at number 6 and 7 or 7 and 8. What the hell? I don't know how that happened. They're definitely
I was just naming.
And that is no questions to be asked, okay? This shit is coming out hard, okay? But, Yo Gotti, Project Pat, the Getty Green Squad, everybody has stated their claim in Memphis, and Dolph hasn't done anything, in my opinion, to override any of those artists. So as far as top 10 goes, no. But the time of the game that he got involved in, kind of like with his whole little deal with Yo Gotti and everything, I think he made a bunch of money and he did his thing while he was here. So him getting out at the time he did, probably the best thing for him.
Yep, you guys are both right. Actually, I have to give both of you guys a point. I definitely don't think Young Dolph is top 10, but him retiring was his best move, and him saying he's sticking with his kids, I don't think he could have had a better choice of doing this going into his future. All right, next question. We are going to stick with Memphis artists, but we are talking about a new artist by the name of Duke Duece. Quality Control artist Duke Duece just released his new album, Memphis Massacre 2. My question is to 4K, as you seem to be a Memphis artist fan, based on this new project, was Duke Duece a good pick for Quality Control?
If you're paying attention, if you're smart, you would get you a Memphis artist too. They are hot right now. I mean, like leading the game. I mean, Yo Gotti, Moneybagg Yo, Duke Duece, listening to this project, he gave me everything I didn't know that I wanted back again, and it's that quality 3-6 Mafia sound. But with a updated just energy behind it, man. He has the individuality of bars and just who he is. He has his presence, but then you just hear the influence of Memphis, Tennessee just rattle through it, man. You hear the influences of 8 Ball on particular tracks. You hear the influence all throughout this, obviously, because he's killing like 3-6 Mafia beats throughout the whole thing. But it is an amazing project, man. If you're smart, you would have you a Memphis artist on your roster, because Memphis is a bubble right now that's ready to just explode with just good content.
If you're smart. All right, Chris Dog, what do you think, man? You think they need the industry need to smarten up and get some more Memphis artists, man? What about Duke Duece, man?
I think Duke Duece is a good artist. I think he's he's not like a new cat in the game. The cat is almost 30 years old. He got some skin in the game. He just kind of getting the chance to shine, and the album was pretty good. I wouldn't necessarily say that it was 3-6 3-6-esque. I don't think it was dark enough to go down that route. Maybe he was going for that, but it's only so many people that can pull that off. 3-6 definitely got that wrapped up. But as far as Memphis rappers goes, I think he'll be able to maybe take the place of Young Dolph. I don't know. Somebody take his place. But I'm not a fan. I think he's okay as an artist, though.
Okay. Well, definitely 4K, you get this, man, because I really do like this Duke Duece guy, man. He does blend a little bit of Atlanta and a lot of the Memphis. I did hear a lot of sprinkles of Project Pat in there. You know, he does give you that aggressive Memphis old school feel, and that's what, like you said, I think that's what we've been missing. I didn't even notice I was missing that until I heard it again, and I'm literally in the middle of my living room jumping around to this music. So, you know, big shout out to Duke Duece. Can't wait to hear a full project from him. Quality Control is doing the right thing, man. They're like the Lakers right now, man. They know how to pick the right players, for their team. On to the next question. We are going into good look, bad look, no look. Now, Gunna just dropped a new song, new video called Skybox. Skybox video was pretty cool. It had a lot of Arabs in there, and then it was, you know, hot air balloons, very colorful, you know. So my question is, good look, bad look, no look, Christoph, what you thought about it?
It was a good look. The song, I can't hardly understand half the shit he says. The video is fire. I wouldn't call them Arabs. I think they're Middle Easterns. But the video was fire. The song was just okay. Gunna has always been able to bring excitement with his music to the day. Even if you can't understand what he's saying, you know, it's still pretty good music. So I like him. I thought the video was extra fire, coming from the genre or the age frame that I'm coming from. Videos always, which I'm glad to see that coming back, because it was lost for a lot of years and people was just throwing the biggest booty in the video that you could find. But now coming back with a little content and sprinkling in, you know what I'm saying, different cultures, I think it was fire, and I enjoyed it a lot.
Okay. What about you, 4K? Good look, bad look, no look, with this Skybox and the culture change that Gunna's putting on?
Yeah, it's a good look, man. I mean, Gunna don't be talking about nothing, but he make music that you can bob your head to. Like, you just feel it. It's just a vibe, man. Like, he's just an energy, man. Like, he finds a way to just make you move your head. If you strip away any expectation for some mega track or something like that from him, or just quality, you know, content as far as what he's saying. But if you just like, yo, want a vibe or something to bob to, it's definitely that. From a video standpoint, I mean, like you said, we came from that generation of $1 million budgets for videos, man. So they just now, you don't have those budgets no more for videos. So I love the space that they've gone to as far as just streaming and YouTube and just using, you know what I'm saying, still being able to be creative with it and still use that as a revenue stream, because now they put those videos out there and get monies for clicks. So that's just good. That's just an extension of their business, man. So I think he did the right thing, man. That's just a good business model. And those are those types of records. He's the artist that, to me, like moves like applies, where I can just give you records. I don't have to give you albums. I can give you records and just tour off of my records, man. Like, I can just create 20 singles, and just now I got a body of work that I can just still go out, tour on, make my money. I think he's an artist that's gonna make his money in the game. He ain't trying to do nothing but make his money in the game, and I ain't mad at him, man.
Yeah, that's definitely his Gunna lane, making that bag. But I'm definitely gonna have to get this to Chris Dog, because the video was hard. Now the song was just fine to me. I think, like you said, he makes so many songs, makes so much music that it's just kind of like, oh, okay, well, that's Gunna. But, you know, his music videos are what stands out for Gunna. If it wasn't for Gunna music videos, he would probably just be a shadow of the baby, a Lil Baby, I'm sorry, and every other Atlanta artist out here. All right, next question. We are going into Rick Ross. Now, Rick Ross just put out a new single with nobody else but D Wade. Yes, D Wade has a new track called Single Ticket Holders with Rick Ross. My question is to you, 4K. After listening to this track, do you think we're gonna hear more singles or more verses from D Wade, maybe even featured from Rick Ross?
No, that was a one and done. I think that was just something for Miami. I mean, you know, they just retired his jersey. Like, it's just a lot just around D-Wade right now, man. And just, I think that was just a stamp for Miami. And I think Ross said that. Like, this was just a stamp. Hey, this is Miami record. This is for the people of Miami. That is just for Florida people. That is just for them. And I don't think we'll hear D-Wade. I don't think he's trying to be no rapper. He's more of an activist now than he is a rapper. So, nah, we ain't gonna hear from him like that as an MC.
Okay. All right, Chris Dog. Are we here for D-Wade's activism, or are we here more for D-Wade's raptivism?
First of all, I'm not here for either one of them shits. Okay? Listen, we don't even have enough time on this show to talk about the activism side of it, but we'll talk about the ractivism, whatever the hell you want to call it. It was trash. Leave that shit for Amon Shepard and Damian Lillard to hold it down, because they got more than enough bars for the entire league to stand on right now. Wade, whatever you are, I'm done with you right now. You retire, go sit somewhere, be somewhere, go somewhere. I don't want to hear you. And Rick Ross, stop capitalizing on everybody. You like the Don King of fucking rap, son. You don't do nothing but eat off everybody. I'm sick of you too. Shit.
That's deep. That's real deep. Chris Dog, I like that point of view, but I definitely have to agree with 4K. 4K, you kind of hit it on the nail, you know, with Rick Ross saying, look, this is for Miami. I'm not expecting everyone else to feel this. I'm not expecting everyone to see where I'm coming from with D-Wade on here, but here's the verse. This is for Miami. This is for the retired jersey. You definitely get that point. Even though I'm not a fan of anything D-Wade is on right now. I didn't even like him until he started getting into this activist shit. But with that being said, we're going to go into our last question. One last one. Yes, Andre, you are up one, but this is the last one, and this one, man, can hold a lot of value. So we are getting into this. The first quarter is almost done. If you don't know, man, we're almost at the end of March, and we're pretty much had some of the best music that then came out, since 2018. I don't think a lot of music has came out this good since 2018. But my question is to you, Chris Dog. Ending the fourth quarter, what is your top 5 albums thus far of 2020?
Well, I put in a good amount of thought into this, and I've listened to a lot of music. So let's start from best to worst. I'll go from number 1, which stands alone. It's kind of cut and dry. That's going to be Funeral for me. Lil Wayne, awesome. I ranked him in his discography in the top 5 before. The more I listen to it, it's moving up even more. It's right there with the Carters. I mean, it's moving to his 3 for me. But anyway, Eminem number 2, Murder by Music. I think whatever. Number 2, that's gonna be number 2 for me. Number 3, I got D Smoke coming in at number 3. Number 4, I got Lil Baby, and then number 5, just coming in at number 5, which it was a little debate, but it always is at that last spot, and I'm gonna hand it to Lil Javert because I thought his body of work in this project was above what he should have been at, and that's the reason why I moved him into that spot.
Wow, 2 olds, a new, and 2 youngs. That's a nice little balance you got there, Chris Dog. All right, what about you, 4K? What is your top 5 of 2020 thus far?
I ain't got that kind of balance, so for me, number 1, I got that the other day, man, when I got Jay Electronica. So that's my number 1. Anytime you can get Jay-Z on 9 records, I take that any day of the week. So that's gonna be my top album all day, every day. As far as number 2 spot for me, I got to get at the Jada Kiss. I think that album just it plays really well. It moved me, man. It's just like from an emotional, real perspective. I love that one. Number 3 for me was Moneybagg Yo. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like his record Time Served was. I think it was just it plays really well, man, and it just speaks to my ear and just what influenced me. Because right behind that, I got Yo Gotti Untrapped. That's to me, I think again, man, it was an OG in the game that gave you a quality body of work that was introspective. That was just a good timestamp of where he is in his career and the CEO and just where he wants to go in his career. And in that 5th spot, man, I mean, it kind of interchanged. It was hard for me to actually end this, man. So they float together at 5. So I gotta say Lil Wayne and Lil Baby. Lil Wayne, I mean, how could I not? How could I not? It would just for what he released and just how good of a project it is, even though it's hard to digest because it's so long. But then, Lil Baby, to not mention him in kind of what he put out there would just, I think would be a discredit for me being from Atlanta, him being from Atlanta. So I got to mention him in there. So that's what my list looked like.
Yeah, I like both of you guys' list, man. Phenomenal list. I think one thing, honestly, unfortunately, 4K, one thing that deterred me from your list is the Yo Gotti. The Yo Gotti literally had to grow on me, but it didn't grow as good as the J Electronica grew on me. The Yo Money Bag was very good, but I definitely think the Denzel Curry could have probably replaced that. Even though it was only maybe 8 tracks, him and Kenny Beats really did his thing on that, But with a phenomenal balance of the top 5, I'm going to have to not only give you the point, Chris Dog, but I'm going to have to give you the extra point for the win on this one. Definitely, man, that top 5 is pretty accurate. If we had 10, man, it would definitely be a little more, but it would be more of a debate. But with that being said, it's your time to shine. Go ahead and speak your piece, my brother.
Well, that was the top 5, and we talked about a top 10, and we're only in March. So, listen, with that being said, we got something to talk about. Y'all need to pay attention to it. Listen, top 5 coming from my man 4K, and the top 5 coming from me. It's debatable. We can talk about it. Y'all hit us on Instagram. Let's do it. It's golf season. The days are longer. Let's get it in. Grind time.
Yes, sir. You heard it here first, man. And make sure y'all, again, subscribe and like this video, and we'll see y'all next week for the next show. Peace.